Doing good. How are
So,
you?
good.
Yeah.
We missed you last week, so you're aware that I met with just your wife,
Yes,
correct?
that's correct.
Okay. And did your wife go over a little bit of the things that we discussed last week?
A little bit. I mean, she mentioned going kayaking and going snorkeling. I mean, honestly, it sounds great, but we can't really afford all that, you know.
So what were you feeling when your wife told you that she wanted to do all these things?
I mean, I guess I felt a little bit of guilt because, again, I would love to do it, but because of money issues, I can't. So I feel like I don't know how to meet her at what she expects us to do, you know? And it's like I don't know how to communicate it with her in a way that where she doesn't feel offended, because I don't want to offend her, you know? We took that trip to San Diego and it was really great, and I don't want to have us swing back to when we're arguing. And I feel like we're just starting to kind of reconnect in a way where we're not angry with each other.
So what I'm hearing is, or what it sounds like is that you would like to satisfy her in these, adventures that she wants to take or things she wants to do, but because of financial problems, you're just not able to.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. And what did you tell her when she told you that she wanted to do these things?
I mean, again, because I don't want to rock the boat, I just sort of let's think about it. But I didn't tell her we can't afford it, because I know she's kind of sensitive to that, so I didn't want to rock the boat. So.
And what did she tell you?
She was like, okay, that sounds good. You know, she seemed kind of satisfied with that answer, but I know she's going to ask me again, and she's going to want a more definitive answer next time, and I don't know what to tell her.
Okay, so next time she asks you, we can maybe come up with some things that you might want to tell her? Or...
Okay.
So what would you tell your wife if she brings it up again and says, hey, have you thought about it? So what would you tell her?
I guess I would want to tell her, those ideas sound great. I would love to spend that time with you, but unfortunately we don't have the money for it. And I feel bad because I want to do these things with you. I think that would be the first thing I would tell her.
The first thing you would tell her? Okay. Okay, so it sounds like that's really a concern to you, and you feel a little guilty that you're not being able to satisfy your wife's, I don't want to say needs, but your wife's wants. Okay. So let's say on a scale from 1 to 10, how guilty is this making you feel?
I think about a 6.
About a 6?
Yeah.
Okay, why a 6?
Because I can rationalize it in my head, but in the end, it still impacts our relationship. And I want to be able to, like you said, to satisfy that want that she wants for us. And I feel constricted by our financial needs,
Okay.
And there's very little that I can do to change that. I'm not the one who pays my salary.
So tell me about those financial needs. What's going on with your job or?
They've been cutting down on staff, and I wasn't given the bonus that we were given each year because of the economy and stuff. I'm so thankful they even have the job because they've laid off a couple of my friends at work, and I still have student loan bills to pay. We have a car payment, our rent. We're able to barely, meet each month. So I mean, there's lots of things that add to it, and there's very little that I feel that I can do to improve that. We're barely getting by.
So it sounds like there's a lot of financial need, and if I don't, please correct me if I'm wrong, you were a little reliant on that bonus that was going to come in, or you were looking forward to that bonus?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if that bonus would have been given to you, what would you have done with that money?
If I had the money, I would have loved to have made that special outdoor adventure trip that she's talking about. I don't see any problem with that.
So it sounds like that bonus is tied into being able to satisfy your wife's wants, because you would have used that money to satisfy her
Yeah.
wants and taking her out. Okay.
Right. Because, we could use that money for other things like paying off other bills, but
Right.
I think right now, that's something that is impacting us both, like our relationship, and I wanna improve that,
So it sounds like you're putting more weight on your relationship rather than on your financial needs and paying your bills at the moment.
Yeah, I want to,
Okay.
yeah.
So it sounds like your relationship is something that you really want to work on.
Definitely.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Anything else that's going on at the moment that might be troubling you or might?
Not really. I mean, I would love to have this discussion with my wife next time we see you, and hopefully we can come up with a better alternative resolution where we can feel that we're doing these activities and not feel like we're so constrained by our finances.
So what activities can you offer your wife at the moment that are in within your reach, within your financial reach at the moment?
I mean, I would love to go to the beach. I mean, that's what we used to do when we were dating. We were both broke. I mean, you don't have to pay money to go to the beach. That's something I would love to continue doing. Doing little things like going to the movies even. That's enough for me. And I'm hoping that she feels that as long as we're spending time together, then that's what's more important versus what the actual activity is,
Now, I know you're telling me about all these activities you wish to do with your wife. Do you ever talk to her or tell her about some of the things you just told me right now? Do you feel comfortable telling your wife, maybe let's not go kayaking, but let's go to the beach instead?
I haven't thought about it, but yeah, I think that's something I could do, Yeah.
So tell your wife, would you feel comfortable telling your wife that?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I would recommend is maybe going home or even just thinking about some alternatives for the moment. So just working on, small goals at the moment that are within your financial reach. And then maybe when, everything gets better financially, you guys can move on to those bigger wants that your wife, really has, and you can set that goal. So maybe just starting little by little. So you might want to go home and just think about that, maybe talk to her, and then hopefully next week we can get both of you in here, and then we can discuss those goals.
That sounds great.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad you're doing good.
Thank you.
No problem. So I hope to see you and your wife here next week.
Okay, great. Well, I appreciate it.
No
Okay.
problem.
Thank you.
Thank you.